We back up in this
If they wanted to take it outside in the parking lot, the ex-wife and her homegirl would have been well within her right to put a little beat down on the mistress.
bitch. Oh my God, I just want to get on this mic and talk to my girl.
We still got some fucking ninjas out here that don't know no
Mm-hmm.
better.
How dare you? You think that it's appropriate to take a woman, a young woman who is still a minor, and put her in front of the congregation to apologize?
Him, he's just a ninja. I mean, he was cheating from the door. She said it. He didn't give a shit about nobody but himself.
We might find out some shit tomorrow that we had no idea. So I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Listen, something don't smell right to me, but I'm going to mind my business. But I'm not, because I want to know what y'all think.
So stop acting like, oh, we're not taking handouts. Bitch, you are a handout. You taking our money.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Three Aunties and a Mic, the podcast about grown folks ish. I am your girl, V with the T, and I have with me Weekday with the everyday drama and Miss Bookworm with the read. What's up, ladies?
What's up, Snow?
Hi. Hello, hello, hello.
You
It's
said, "What's
cold
up,
weather.
Snow?"
Yeah, Snow. Listen, listen.
That's
I'm
it.
playing.
It
That's it.
ain't nothing else up, down, all around
Going
us.
around.
Snow.
Snow.
Listen, out
Time.
here in this South, they done shut everything down on Friday in anticipation of what could happen on Monday.
Did
I
they?
and there ain't nothing happen. Ain't nothing happen.
Well, that's good.
I said, this
Did you
is
at
not how
least
they
get some
roll up north.
ice?
Up north, you wouldn't know if you had a snow day until the morning of.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, I'm
Well,
still getting
I
used
mean,
to this.
they've closed us down for like they don't expect people really to venture out until tomorrow. I mean, really, like I think
Yeah.
what the
But y'all
schools
have
were
snow.
closed.
Like, what I'm
Yeah,
saying is that up
yeah.
north, I remember up north when there was a prediction of snow, most times things didn't get shut down until weather started showing signs. It didn't matter what the
Yeah.
weatherman said until the weather
It
actually
wasn't
started
off
showing
of
signs.
predictions. It was off of
Right,
reality. Yeah.
right. Whereas
I
up down
agree.
here, it's off of predictions, and they just shut the Publix, the shopping, the grocery store was closed on Monday. For what?
Oh,
Well, I
Was
can
nothing out there.
understand because
Was nothing
in the
out
South
there.
you don't have any equipment. See, in the South
right.
you got to
Did
take
you
it
have
Yeah,
any
for
that's
good or
true.
freezing
bad.
rain?
We had rain.
Was it raining?
We had some rain.
She said rain. Okay, so
We
Was
yeah,
had
it
some rain.
I
freezing?
can
Did the ice
understand.
up?
Not really, not like they expected it to. It wasn't like an ice storm. There
Well,
was some
Yeah, see,
thank
icy
my
God
sister
for
and them
spots,
had
that.
but it wasn't as it didn't get as
yeah.
hot as, I mean, as cold as they expected it to.
Yeah, see, in
Yeah.
Texas, my sister's in Texas. Yeah, they had a full ice storm. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Texas
in
got
the
hit.
South,
Yeah.
you can't predict that because they don't have the equipment. So they have to like take more precaution, knowing that
Yeah.
they might not be able if they got people on the roads and they predict this wrong or they predict it
Very
right,
true. Yeah.
people could get harmed. So I don't see it as a big deal that they did shut down things on Friday with
No,
the
but
oh,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
I'm just still getting used to it. Only being here, this is only my
Yeah,
second
because
winter
you're
here.
a
Mm,
So I'm
transplant
still
down there.
like, what?
mhm.
Like, that's how y'all roll. But then again, to your point, Weekday, I ain't seen a lick of salt truck
Mm.
nowhere to be
Yeah,
found.
they don't have
So
them.
I
They will have to
definitely understand that too.
if you guys see in Texas, my sister lives in Texas in 2021 when they had the ice storm and then everything went down.
Yeah.
They had to get
Yeah.
people to come from the north. Let's be clear, the north, because they're close to the south, and there's no salt trucks in between that. So they had to get people to come from the north and the Midwest, where they're used to, and mainly the Midwest is used to, um, those kind of storms. Like my girlfriend, I was talking to her, and she drives the F-150, and she said that snow was up to I guess the tread or the step thing. It was all the way up there. So
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
Yeah,
high.
I
yeah.
think
I
that
mean, when you're driving something
think
that big.
too at this point, the weather has been shifting for many years now.
Yeah.
Right? I
Mhm.
mean, we got a snowstorm last year. And even if we don't get snow, we get ice, we get
Mm-hmm.
remnants of
Mhm.
whatever's happening up north. And I
Mhm.
feel like at some point, y'all need to invest in some salt trucks.
And I
Something,
don't think
something, and you could get it
I
from up here. We got plenty up here. We got mines. We got salt mines up here.
well, now they're getting the salt mines from Canada because we are running out of salt right now. It's surprising enough, they have to go other places to get salt, right? And most of the time, in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna always have salt. Right now, we may not be good friends with Canada, so that could be another question. But at this point, that's we're seeing some shortages only because of the iciness when we talk about some. So that's why they
Right.
brine the streets and everything before there's a snowstorm to get ahead of what could be coming because you want the ground to feel a little bit more warmer than it is. So brining is always a helpful thing. I usually salt my driveway, put something down before a real storm is coming. But I'm telling you, I'm tired of fucking shoveling. I've been shoveling. It seems like I started Sunday night because we our storm started like in the early AM on Sunday.
Yeah, we woke up to snow on
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
morning.
Yeah, and it was snowing and it was sleeting, snowing, sleeting, snowing, sleeting. So around 8 o'clock, I said, "Okay, slow down." Me and my neighbor, she said, "Let's get together." And then she was like, "Oh, girl, I cannot lift this snow because it was heavy." I told her, "So you first got to pound down and break it down," but it was still soft. Girl, she had a snow blower up in there. We were out there for like 2 hours, and we did both our
Oh,
driveways, and actually getting in and out of our front doors. I will tell you that I've been out there. I was in the back because I had to make room for Max. So I went out there yesterday, which was not too smart because I should have tried to go Sunday night when the snow was softer. But luckily, I
mm-hmm.
have
And
a
now it's
tarp laid
all ice. It was hard.
ice. So I had a tarp laid down, so it helped a little bit for me to move those mounds. But I still had to make room out somewhere in the grass for him to go. But this morning when I woke up, I told V, I said, "Listen, I was pissed." Because and we have an HOA, and the HOA only is supposed to clear a path for you to get up from your driveway to the front door. They don't do your driveway, but they're responsible for the
Mm-mm.
sidewalk. So I left the sidewalk only enough sidewalk for me to get out of my parking spot, out of the garage, and I tested it. I come and I wake up to see snow all in my driveway. I mean, like where you start to leave out the thing, and I'm like, how the hell this happened? I was carrying on like a banshee, cause then I went to my cameras. These fools were supposed to be just moving the snow, and since I'm an end unit, so I have much more land than the people in the middle. You just
Mm-hmm.
piling and packing that snow on and let it slide and back into my driveway. Are you kidding me? I was so infuriated. Today has been one of those days when I've been so
Ooh.
infuriated, and I'm on the HOA Facebook page pounding away. And so today I got a notice from the girl that's the office manager for the HOA saying you have to understand if you get plowed in, you're responsible for getting yourself out the driveway. Um, Girlfriend, you know how I roll, right? Because you talking slick off your lip through an email. See, I'm not no keyboard warrior, right? I'm not no keyboard what I call cowards. I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning, okay? And then I want you to tell me to my face what you're saying in a letter. Because I'm not gonna be kind to you. I know I'm not gonna be kind about it. Because no, I wasn't like blocked in by the plows. I was blocked
Mm-hmm.
in by the incompetence of what I am paying for. Let's be clear. HOA fee includes snow removal, and they told us snow removal doubled. I want to know how it doubled when I did all the work, and they didn't even put salt down on the sideway after you
Oh,
did it
aren't
on the
they
sidewalk. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So I want to understand where my money going to because I keep saying to people I'm paying, and I may have to call for an audit at this point. You need to audit. We need to audit this HOA. We got to find where's the money going because the job ain't being done. I said I'm not going to continue to pay for subpar work. So I need somebody to explain to me because we don't
Mm-mm.
get snow. We haven't. This is like in what 10 years since we got this kind of snow. A little over 10 years
Mm-hmm.
that we've gotten this kind of snow, and it's like, all right, I've lived here for 5. So normally when it's a little snow or something, they tell you they don't do more than 3 inches. So you're
Mm-hmm.
responsible for 3 inches. Okay. I'll clear it up, whatever. But you're still supposed to do my walkway. Did I tell you it snowed on Sunday? And did I tell you that I saw them at 7:50 this morning?
Oh,
So if anybody
today
has
too.
somewhere to go, yeah, if anybody has somewhere to go, and don't get me wrong, we have 700 homes here, but
Right.
that's why you need to staff up when you want to take on these jobs. Cause snow removal is no joke. They're like, oh, people are out there. This one woman said, oh, they did my street, and then I said they must like you more than my street, cause they ain't did a damn thing over there. Everybody like two, yes, listen. They like
Child.
weekday, you get ready to go. Listen, I just was on the Facebook page hearing people still commentary like giving me thumbs up. Yeah, I don't want subpar work. I got questions, and I'm going to show up to the next HOA meeting to ask. Shut up, Gemini.
I'm about to
I'm
say,
going to
don't
ask
they
the
have?
question.
Do they have meetings monthly
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna ask. No, they
bi-monthly
don't have it
meetings?
monthly. They have like every quarter. I'm gonna ask those
Mm.
questions
Oh,
because I need some answers. And like you can't just like keep telling me we're gonna pay more because these people, you know, wait. Let me just say this. I'm gonna end it. Everybody keeps saying these people need to get
She
more
needed her
money.
moment. This auntie needed her moment. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, let me say this. Everybody keeps saying these people need more money because cost is high. Do you know that most people have not gotten a raise in 2 3 years? So your costs might be high, but nobody's getting more money. Most people have not gotten more money in their paychecks. So we're paying you for your more money, but now I really expect you to do your job. And that's it, and that's all. If it doubled for me, then I damn sure want to see double the damn work. That's it.
I know that's right. Lord, what's going on with you, bookworm?
you know I hate the snow. I hates it, but I got two grown sons. One loves to go out there and shovel because that's a money maker for him. The other one's like, why are y'all bothering me? But so the middle one, the 18-year-old went out and within the 2 days he made $410 shoveling
Mm-hmm.
snow around the neighborhood. So he gets out there whenever he's been doing that for years now, but he does go out with a buddy of his, and but he's already have been commissioned before the season hit from two of our neighbors
Mm.
to do theirs. So he
Okay.
just takes care of that anyway. Um and so then when he was done that, he was like, "Let me go around." And they hooked up, went around, and even with them splitting it, he still came home with $410. I was like, "Wow." I mean, there's money to be made out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still people in single family homes, and
With
the
garages and
older
driveways.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's
Them
crazy. It's
driveways,
crazy.
you can
Somebody
make
got
some
to get
money.
that off of there.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it was
And
ice, you
the
should double your price because that ice,
This.
girl, I went out there for the third
Well,
time.
he
I
went
just to
to
that.
there were 3 homes that he did on Sunday that he went back to do,
Hmm.
yesterday, and they asked him to come back, and he still, paid, got paid for it both times, so and then so there's an upcoming one this weekend, supposed to be 1 to
Hmm.
3 inch no, I think 3 to 4 inches, and he's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
already waiting, he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting all my stuff, getting on my rest now, and I out there, and I know which houses to do." Because before, outside of the two who commissioned him, you just got to go around, and there's a lot of no's, and then there's some yeses. Well, he said that just about when they were finishing up, people were coming to get them. Hey, can you do mine next? Hey, can I pay you? And people, he brings most of the cash home, but people were cash apping them. Here,
Mm.
what's
Hmm.
your cash app? What's your cash? So
Yep.
some of it he
Hmm.
was getting in the cash apps, some he was, getting cash, but he says now he knows where to go. The people he's done already, he's going right back to them and just
Mm-hmm.
I said, do the damn thing. And I said, and
Listen.
when you get around to it, ask them, do they have a lawn service? Because you do
Mm-hmm.
cut grass.
Right. Yep. He
So,
must. Yep. He,
but
he
he,
said, go ahead
and
and
he
put that
does,
in there Wow, yeah, I mean, landscaping is big business,
while it is.
big business.
And that's what he always wanted to have that as like maybe a supplemental income to whatever your career choice would be. But I was like, dude, that can be the career choice.
Yes, I know a
That can
couple
be
people.
landscaping during the day, during one, I said, I'm sorry, during the spring, summer, fall. And I said, winter, throw that
Mhm.
plow
Mhm.
hitch up to your truck and keep it pushing. Literally keep it
Yeah, I
pushing.
know a couple
And we have
people
a
that have
pickup truck.
landscaping businesses and they do very, very well. Even with the down, with the down season, they still do very well. They're able to take care of their families. So, I mean, he's been
Oh
doing this
yeah. Oh, believe
forever.
me.
So he knows how to do it. And then imagine if
Yep.
he gets the equipment, like the truck and
Oh yeah.
the riding
Trailer.
lawnmower and all of that. He be in
Oh,
there like
I
swimwear
tell them all the
and
time.
then learn how to
Well,
power wash those driveways.
everything,
That is big
everything's
money.
all
Power
in
washing
one.
driveways is huge money.
Oh, I know how big the money is. Remember I owned a daycare? I
Yes.
had to get snow removal on that bitch, so I know how much I was paying them, and they charge by the inch,
No, I'm talking
Mhm.
and
about power
salting was
washing.
separate.
I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
that too.
power
Oh, I've
washing
been
like driveways, not
oh,
even just
yeah,
of a
all of
house, but
it.
just power washing a driveway. And a lot of HOAs, because ours did, they require you to do that yearly. And so you either got to get out there and do it yourself, or you paying somebody to come out there and power wash that driveway for you. And I mean, these
Oh,
people were
yeah.
paying big bucks to have that man come out here and
Yep.
power wash their driveways. I didn't. I told Andre he need to go on down there to the Lowe's or the Home
I
Depot or
I
somewhere.
did it one time. I paid them to power wash the house around the pool, the concrete around the pool and our front porch. I will say this, it looked like a brand
Hmm.
new
Mhm.
home development. I was like, I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
However, that was 3 years ago, and that money had to that needed to last me. This is something you can't I'm sorry. I can't afford to get that done once a
But
year.
yeah, but think
That's
about
gonna
how
be
much he
like
pays for
every
that.
4
So if he adds that to his landscaping business,
man,
he ain't got
it's
nothing to
all
worry
it
about. Hmm.
power washing, window washing, all of this. Everybody want these
Hmm.
great big home. You got to get them windows and then I said, if you really want to make some money, go put up them Christmas lights. That's the
Listen,
big money
and
maker
no,
now, the
it ain't
Christmas
even
lights.
putting them up. Taking them down is probably worth more money than putting them. Don't nobody want to pull them down. So
I
I
keep
got a funny
if
story for
if them
y'all.
things go up, they're not coming down. Mine ain't coming down. They just
We have
won't
a
turn
neighbor
on
whose is
until
up.
November.
Yeah, we have a neighbor whose is up, and I think they just keep theirs up year round. They just don't turn them on until November, like you said.
That would
So I
be
got a
me.
funny
That
story
would
for
be
y'all,
me.
and then we gonna get into the show. So, um, last night, y'all know my daughter's expecting a baby this week, and so I've been on edge. I've had my ringer on. I have a special ringtone for her. So if phone ring in the middle of the night, because my room is downstairs, her room is upstairs. I need to make sure I can hear her if she called me.
Yep.
So I'm sleep knocked out about 11:30, close to midnight. I'm getting my good sleep on. All of a sudden, I hear what sound like a baby crying. I wake up like, oh my God, did she have the baby in the bed? What is going on? Y'all know how dramatic I am. Show my entire ass. So I finally wake up and realize it's coming from outside. So I go to look at my camera and the cats are out there fucking y'all. I said, Lord
See?
Jesus,
See?
getting it in. And when I tell you he ain't no mini man, that cat lasted forever. And
Oh
that
my
cat
Mhm.
god.
and that girl cat is out there crying and moaning
Hooping and
like it's the
hollering and
best thing
carrying
since
on.
sliced bread. And I'm over here trying to get some damn sleep. I said, you got to be kidding me.
That is crazy. The fact that
Mhm.
you woke up startled thinking and it's the same
Yes,
sound. It is the same
yes.
sound.
This sound like a baby is crying. I was like, oh my God,
Mhm.
what's
It does.
happening?
It
I
does.
was just
Yes,
texting her
it
before I
does.
went to sleep. What's happening?
Oh
And can
my
you imagine?
god.
Like, and then when I'm hearing it and I'm realizing it's coming from outside, I'm like, but it's a baby. Like, is there a baby outside? Like, I'm still half asleep, you know. I said, Lord. And then to see them
See?
cats, and I had to I saw the cats and I was like, what is I was telling my husband, do you see what's happening right now? He was cracking up. I said, I can't.
That's because you ain't get that. You got that. It was cold out there. That was cuffing weather. That was cuffing. They was
Wonderful
Cuffing
cuffing.
season.
season.
Cuffing season for them.
They
Yeah.
is cuffing. They heard about that winter storm. They heard about Fern on its way. They
So
was
he
like,
was telling the
oh,
neighbor across the street because sometimes his cats be outside. And so he
oh,
was telling
okay.
the neighbor across the street, he was like, nah, mine were inside, but my female cat started making the mating
Notice the
sounds
Wow.
because
Wow.
because they left our house and ran across the street to their house.
Wow.
see, see, down there in the ATL, bucket
Mm.
and bucket.
Bucket. Oh my goodness. So let's get into the tea, y'all. So first up, we need to give our honorable mention to the Oscars for
Yes,
Sinners, 16 nominations. I'm gonna tell y'all now. If they don't get an Oscar, something
or
definitely
10,
wrong.
Oscar or 10
Yes,
out of
something is
16. Psh,
come on. And
We'll
Ruth
see.
Carter was the most nominated black woman. So
yes,
I just wanted to shout that out. Now I don't really watch the Oscars just because of the whole, you
Oscar's so
know,
white.
Oscars
The
so white,
Oscar's so white.
but I am glad to see these nominations. I've seen Sinners. I think it's worth every single nomination they got. Um,
Mhm.
and I hope they come home winners. So we shall see.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
too.
because I think Ruth Carter, she's the costumist. So
Mhm. Yep.
she's won a
And
couple times.
she
I think she won
for
for Black Panther and
mhm,
which other it was a couple of movies.
Amistad. She did
Yeah.
the costumes for Amistad,
Mm,
Malcolm X,
yeah, Malcolm X.
uh, both
I knew that.
Center. I mean, I'm sorry, both Wakandas or Black
Yeah.
Panther. I'm sorry. Well, one was called Wakanda Forever, right? She
Yeah.
did both of
Yeah.
Hmm.
those as well. And to boot, just a little FYI, her exhibit is now at the African American Institute of Art in Philadelphia. So
Mm,
Oh,
it has been, oh gosh, my girlfriend Jessica and I have been trying to go, but she has off during the week, and I think the exhibit is only open Thursdays through Sunday or something like that, and it's not on her days off, but we're trying to figure something out. It did come either right before the government shutdown. I think the exhibit came right at the beginning of the shutdown, so I'm hoping they're allowing it to stay a little longer and that
yeah.
I get a chance to run over and see. I knew when it was in New York, and now it's in Philadelphia, the costumes and all of that on display. So
and that's
hopefully I'll
nice.
be
That.
able to get to see it within the next month or so.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So yeah, so I thought that was, that's amazing. I'm excited for that. And then Karen from Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all know she back. She done made it out the jailhouse, y'all. So
Is she
she
going to
came
come back
home.
on the new season?
I I think so, but she came home with the jailhouse braids.
Hmm.
What was it? The straight backs?
No,
I don't know.
they were extensions, and she said that this what she said, y'all. I'm just telling
Oh,
y'all what she said. That the young girls in the prison would have wanted her to look right going home, so they took the extensions out of their hair and they put them in hers and braided her hair up and
Okay.
got her right.
So, I mean, and I'm not, confessing to knowing a lot of people that have gone to jail, but you used to
I'm just
take that
telling y'all
wig.
what she said. I'm just
I, I,
delivering the
Oh
and
my
goods.
god, I had
I
no
saw what she
idea
said.
about that part.
Okay,
I
so
had no
saw
idea.
I saw what she said, and I mean, I think she might have been talking about the halfway house. So let me tell you, in jail, you take the wigs and everything go, baby. No, they don't usually allow you to buy some
Oh yeah,
extensions.
Right. But she
So
did
I
say
don't
the
she
prison.
wasn't.
She did use that word.
Ah,
I don't care what
That's
word
why
she
I
used.
said I'm just gonna relay the messages I received
I'm
it.
let's Google that, and we're gonna chat GPT that, because only people I know that women that went to prison, you can't dye their hair because y'all saw Diddy. You can't dye that hair, right? So I don't know if they
Nope.
selling braids. Okay, they'll braid your hair, but I don't know if they allow you, because they don't want that cute looking shit. You supposed to not be in the survival mode. You supposed to be in the survival mode, right? So I'm a little confused. Maybe she was talking about the halfway house. Now you could
And
have those privileges there.
all the colors in the braids, all the braids match. They were the same.
That's what I'm
Number
saying. That's why I'm
three,
going.
number
While
two.
you doing that, I'm gonna say, do they allow hair extensions or wigs at the big house? Okay, I'm
the
gonna
big
ask that
house.
question.
So
That's
but
why I
a
was
lot of
like,
people
you
were
know what?
talking about the homecoming, right? And she started talking about her little, and she called them jailhouse braids or whatever. And they were, was with her husband and her daughter
Yeah,
and
I
her
saw.
Oh,
sister.
Ray. Wait,
Yeah,
what's his name? Ray.
Ray. Yes, house husband Ray. So she was
Ray.
with him, she was with the sister, and she was with her daughter. And she was just thanking them for holding things down and just all that they did. It was so emotional. And she sounds so humble. And she said that, she
Yeah,
found her
youngest
purpose in there and that she was talking to the
I
young
guess
girls,
so.
and
I
encouraging them
guess
not
so.
to continue to make the mistakes they've been making. And so she said, I found my purpose, for being there. And so everybody that I was reading in the comments is like, just, she just seems so humble. So I mean, we'll see. But I just
Jail will
I just
humble
wanted to
you.
mention the
Jail
braids to
will
y'all because
humble. Jail will
I
humble
found it really
everybody.
interesting. I'm like, you
okay,
got
so
them braids
I
where? From
let's
who
so let me tell you, boom, because I know. Listen, that's what I'm going to say, because I'm not saying I know some folks, but I know. I'm going to say,
Listen,
I'm going to go
I'm not
take
saying
what
I agree
Google
with
told me.
you that I know some
No, I'm
folks,
gonna tell you.
but I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna tell you what Google says. They said braid extensions, weaves, tracks, or extensions are generally not allowed in prison and must be removed upon intake due to security, safety, and contraband risks. While natural braided hair, cornrows, is often permitted, extensions that are glued or sewed in are permitted to are prohibited to allow for thorough search. So I'm just gonna
Right.
say boom,
Lord.
and I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there. But
So
since
I ain't
Well,
calling
rules
her
vary by
I ain't calling her a
facility,
liar. I'm just saying she might have just,
I just think, right.
maybe she forgot where she was when
No,
she
no, no,
got her
no, no,
hair
no, no, no,
done.
no, no, no. Now, I mean, listen, you've been an Apky all this time, and that's what put your ass in jail. Now we don't want to start calling you a liar too. Okay, I
well,
mean,
she had to pick up. She put down one addiction and picked up another one. The
because them,
lie she
yeah, I'm
tells.
telling, because them braids were all matching, and so
They
ain't no
were all
braid house.
matching. I was
They were
like,
all the
oh.
same color. Okay. So all I'm saying is, did everybody wear that same blonde? Because first of all, that definitely is a
And they all
question.
had
That,
curls on the
yeah,
ends.
that's
You know
right.
how you got the
That's a
curls on the
question.
ends? They all had the
Yeah,
curls on the ends.
that's a question you need to ask. Because, like I said, I'm
I
not
said,
saying I know people went to prison.
I'm trying to help her find a reason to come back. Everybody says she's so humble and sweet. And I mean, I love that storyline for her, but you can't start it off with a lie, honey.
No, no. Just
Yeah.
try to put the bottle down. Do the
No, the
best you
bottom line
can.
is, you should have just said, "Boom! I left the damn prison and I went to go get my damn hair done."
But she
Wish
Okay.
you
didn't.
well, Karen.
Well,
Wish
no,
you
first of
well.
all, she didn't
You
go.
and your braids.
Listen, them braids were not, I mean, it won't that many of them. She had a
Oh,
bandana on, and I don't
Yeah.
know what was going on up here, but there was just a few braids kind of like hanging. It wasn't like
Oh,
a
that's
whole
fine.
head of braids. So she
Who
Let me tell you, so
knows?
from the camera, because let me tell you, when they got what Todd Christie's wife out, her hair was totally fucking white until she got somebody that got the blonde hair. Because they don't allow you to dye your hair
Right.
and put those
Right.
kind of shit in your hair in the prison. I'm just saying. So I mean, I don't know what truths that she trying to. I'm not gonna call her a liar, but I'm gonna question her lie. That's all I'm gonna say. You know how people just say, you know,
In the
um,
black community, we're not supposed to say our elders is lying. We're not supposed to call them a
no,
liar. That's like cussing in the black
yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Okay,
You don't call
I'm
your
gonna
elders a
say
liar.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say what we say to be nice. I think there's some omission of the truth. Bam.
There
Maybe
I'm
you
she
gonna leave
go.
it
forgot
there.
where she was when she got the braids done. You know,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she
maybe the
went to a
halfway
halfway
house.
house.
Maybe the
That's why I
halfway
said,
house felt like prison, and so she just had
yeah, that's
a
what I'm
slip
thinking.
of the
Cause she
tongue.
no, cause in the halfway house she could roll out and somebody could pop some braids
Oh
here
yeah.
and there and there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Maybe she
I
just
think
had a slip of the
yeah,
tongue.
yeah. She said prison, and I'm like,
Everything was prison until she got home.
yeah,
That's
I'm
Right.
probably
sure.
she just
Maybe it
called
still
it
It's
all
felt like
prison.
prison. Right.
But
Yeah.
she should have said,
Cause she
in the halfway house, because I thought she didn't go straight from prison home. I thought she went to a halfway house.
Hmm.
So that's
she
all I'm
did.
saying. I can
Yeah.
believe in the halfway house. Yeah, she could roll up and get some braids, or somebody could pop some braids in here and there. But prison, let's be clear, that's not a place that they allow you to do braiding. I mean, unless you braid that natural hair of yours. Okay.
Hmm.
They just putting it in cornrows. That's all I'm trying to say. They let you drop that weave and that wig. You leave that at the damn pickup when it's time to roll back out when they release your
It'll
ass.
be in your bag of items.
That's
Personal
right. That's right.
items.
It's in your bag and your items. I'm just saying. Now that
Right.
I know nobody went to prison, I'm just saying, fam.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I mean, happy returns. I may or may not check it out. That's one of the
I
ones
just
I
say I
used to
think she needs to
watch.
stay away from the show.
Oh,
I
did
really,
you?
I'm
Right.
gonna tell you,
Okay.
I really think she needs to stay away from the show. So that's my commentary on this. Besides the damn
She's
omission
not.
of the truth
I
about the
seriously
braids.
doubt that
But
she will.
I
She
think,
likes being
and
in front
that's
of the
why I'm gonna tell
camera.
you too why I think this is because some of the problems that she had were caused by the anguish of that. She's tried to blame it on her parents, her mom, and her dad dying. But listen, they had caught her on alcoholic, on DUI prior to all of them passing away. And then when she becomes the grand dame, all these people, and we keep talking about this, right? That this real housewife shit, everybody's trying to floss. Let this go.
Hmm.
Let this go. And I just think that in her best interest, maybe she should give a season off, to just regroup and really spend some time, and stop trying to go back to that persona. That's all I'm trying to say.
Is she
I'm not
gonna
saying
be a
she's good.
part of this road trip? Would
I
she
don't
be a
know.
part of this road trip
I don't
I
thing?
know.
I
don't
mean,
know.
she
Yeah.
could,
I don't know.
because there's 60 some of them. There's
Yeah,
like
it is.
out of all of the it's about
Hmm.
67, I don't know, 60 something. It's in the 60s. But I wonder if maybe she can jump in there or something, but she's not going to give that no matter how humble she comes
Right.
across, she's not going to give up the lights, cameras,
No,
and action.
And
she's
Nah,
not.
she's not
and
gonna.
I think
Mm-mm. And
And
that
I
came with a
when they
cute
yeah,
little
were,
check,
I
a
mean,
cute little
yeah.
coin.
what I saw was what they were recording her, and she told them to
Yep,
stop recording because she wanted to go take a shower. So that right there tells me she's going to be
Mhm.
on the next Housewives because they were. I think it
absolutely.
was the franchise that was doing the recording.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I had come across this girl's page, and I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there. I don't even remember the girl's name. My bad, but y'all know how I roll. But I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there that I don't necessarily agree with everything that she said, but I thought it was an interesting topic, so I thought let's chat about it tonight, right? So she was saying how different cultures view dating differently. So, for example, you know, in the white community, they really, and this is, I'm just kind of paraphrasing what she said. in the white community, they're all about dating. They teach their children how to date. They teach their men how to court, open doors, buy flowers, how to go out on a date and court a woman. And they teach women how to date as well. And she was saying, whereas in the black community, we view dating differently. It's more so not teaching our children how to date, but pretty much kind of how to stay out of trouble. Don't be bringing home nobody pregnant. Don't be getting pregnant. Don't do this. Don't do that. It's more about the don'ts than the do's. And I found that the what she was saying really interesting. I was looking at some of the comments, and people were talking about, it might not be necessarily race. It might be more social economics. Like, somebody brought up Jack and Jill in the black community. Those that are participating in Jack and Jill, they're probably learning more about dating and courting and those different types of things. And so, maybe it's about where you're raised at, how you grew up. There's probably people in the white community whose parents are teaching them the same things that there's some people in the black communities are teaching. So, but I thought it was an interesting topic, and I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that. Like, do you think, um, and I know Weekday you don't have any children, but you do have, a younger sister, and you have your nephews and your godson and things like that, and
I have
um,
nieces. Yeah, I
and
have
And you
nieces. Yeah,
nieces.
you have
dated.
nieces
Oh,
too, and
And
you
you were
date.
talking.
Yes,
And you
yeah, but
dated.
so I
have you as an aunt, right? Have you taught them, you know, when you
well,
talk
I
about
think
dating, and when you talk about, that part of your life, right? As you're getting older and dating and things like that, how do you approach that? And then the same thing for you, Bookworm. How do you approach that with your children as far as the dating scene,
well,
and
I'm
what
going
the
to be really
expectations
frank with
are?
you. When I was I My mom taught us not, you know how people teach the birds and bees and the storks and shit. At 6 years old, I knew how to have a baby. Right? There's a book. I still have the book. It got caught in the
Mm-hmm.
fire, but I still have the original book that said where did I come from, right? And there wasn't no damn birds and the bees, and it's not no stork that's gonna drop your ass off. So I knew
Right.
that by 13, my mom put me on birth control pills because my mom was a young mother. She was 19 when she had me. I'm her oldest. Um, I think that I've had, little cousins and whatever, and we talk about that dating side, right? Because I think what people are missing with this, and this is why I disagree with her, and I don't know her social economics. But like I said earlier, everybody that they give a mic to shouldn't talk, right? For me, you need to have some factual information. You need to show some statistics instead of you telling about that one white friend, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I grew up going to school where there was mostly 60% whites when I went to junior high, grade school, junior high, and then I came back to Philly and went to um, and finished out 11th and 12th grade in the inner city, right? So I've done the gamut. I can tell you that please don't believe that this has nothing to do with ethnicity. If that was the case, then remember they had that what was that show that says 16 and pregnant? How many
Yeah.
blacks did you see on that show? Okay.
So, but let me pause you real quick, right? Because when we talk about dating, and maybe this is kind of what she's getting at, right? When we
Hmm.
talk about dating, why do we go to sex? Why don't we talk
Well,
about dating and the courting part of dating? And that's what I mean. Like, as a
we'll see.
as a community, do we
And I
view
just
dating differently? Do we view it like she said, all about
let me
sex
tell
and
you
don't bring
something.
home nobody pregnant? Or do we view it as dating? As a boy, let me teach you how to court a woman. Let me teach you how to date a woman. As a girl, let me
I
teach you how to date. Like,
I I totally disagree with you. And like I said, I've gone to different gamuts of this. So this is not
mhm.
about sex. I mean, we're taught to
And the
know
only
that you
reason I
don't.
bring that up is because you were talking about 16 and pregnant. So that's what
Yeah, that's why
that's why I went
no,
there.
but I want to be clear on why I'm saying this, right?
Mhm.
My grandmother taught us about courting. right? She always talked about how a young man should court you. He should take you out, you know. She we never talked, I mean, she talked about sex, but she didn't talk about it in that way. She talked about dating, what the expectation of that man was to do. If y'all going on a date, you're getting on a bus or whatever, because in the inner city you ain't got no car, so we all getting
Right.
on public
Right.
transportation. Is he taking you to the movie? Is he paying for popcorn? So no, I disagree with everything she said, because every household, and I don't even think it's down to social economics, right?
Mhm.
We lived in the hood, okay, but we were taught. My grandmother told us that down south how you were courted, and that's the word that she used. People, that
Yep.
is the
Support it.
proper wording, courting. And so, don't give me that bullshit about color and about ethnicity. Now, in other ethnicities that we see, that they don't even court. Okay, if
Mm-mm.
we talk about if we talk
They're
about
arranged marriages.
yeah, they're Southeast Asians. A lot of them are in arranged marriages where they've never met that person, never went out on a date with that person, and they're expected to marry them. All right. If we
Right.
go all the way back in history and talk about dowries, that you ended up being married off to somebody. Nobody talked about courting, right? Nobody talked about dating that
Right.
person. You automatically married off to somebody that they were going to give a dowry to your family. That is the European way of thinking before we even got to the point of young men holding the door or whatever. And we teach our young men, hold the door, be respectful of a woman, don't put your hands on a woman. That's the stuff she should have been talking about, because that is what we teach in the black community I came from, is don't you put your hands on a black woman. Don't you touch her or hurt her or harm her. That was what I was taught, okay? When I had my cousins, that my male cousins, um, they were taught, don't put your hands to a woman. That's not what you do. But I was taught that, at a certain age, I'll be honest with you, because I do know, living in a different economic area in the middle class, some people let their kids start dating at 13 and 14. We
Mhm.
weren't allowed to do that. We were
Right.
only allowed we didn't start dating until we were 16. And it would be like, where you going? When my sister, when she was younger, because I was 18 years older than her, and she was going on a date, I drove them to wherever they were going, to the movies, to the dances, and whatever. So it's not all about having sex, okay? That's not how I was taught. I was taught that
Mhm.
somebody should court you, somebody should take you out, somebody should pay for that movie, they should pay for the drink, whatever y'all having at the popcorn or whatever. Now, of course, we were taught the other side of this. Don't go off with
Right.
somebody and you walk away with them and you go off where you're not supposed to be. And so we
Right.
were at a time, if everybody would like to know, because these young people today think that we're stuck. No, we were at a time where there was no cell phones. There was no Apple phone tracking your ass. The only person that could track you and you can contact your mama, and by the time pagers came out, you could page somebody. But usually you were given a quarter or something to put in that damn phone booth if things went awry. I also
Mhm.
was taught when I was out on a date, if that person didn't pay for my meal, always kept me some money on me so I could pay for my meal, and I know I
Mhm.
would never date that person again. So
Yep.
I just totally disagree with I don't give a shit what she says with that whole conversation. And everybody shouldn't be given a fucking opportunity to get online and say stupid shit and not really no, but I'm being serious, to have some statistics behind what you're saying, because to me that's annoying to me. Like, when I just went on to tech and Google, because I kind of knew that you couldn't wear braids in prison, but I just need to Google it to reassure me, or Chat GPT. And I think that people need to
Listen,
know.
I knew that too before you even Googled it.
Yeah,
I was just delivering
I
the
knew
tea,
that.
y'all.
No, no, I mean, but I'm just saying, in a more serious tone, people stop doing that. Stop trying to say now, in households where, you know and I don't want to demean anybody, but in households where there was real poverty there, that is a conversation that does happen, because your mama might got 7 or 8 kids already, And all she's saying is, I don't want you to bring no more damn kids in the household now, because it starts that generational poverty system that we want people to get out of, right? That we don't want them to come home. And so I think that that should be cleared up of why those conversations happen. When you already in a household and your mama got like 8 or 9 kids, or even she got 4 or 5 kids, and she's a young mother, she don't want you to bring a young mother. So I'm going to tell y'all a little story quickly. My half brother, when he came home with the little 14-year-old, and he was 14, she was pregnant. She was pregnant at 14, 15, and 16. She had 3 kids by him. Her mama was at home all the time because guess what? She was watching her 5 damn siblings that were small kids. So now she had her 5 siblings and now these 3 kids. My father told him, "Listen, you got to get you a little part-time job or whatever. I mean, y'all both need to finish school, but you can't keep having these children by this young lady." So that was what happens, okay, in a household. You dating whatever, yeah, somebody, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with people talking about having sexual activities with somebody,
Mm-mm.
because I do think that people having children young, and I'm totally against it. I tell people this all the time. I don't give a fuck who you are. There is a problem with that because one-sided is usually the mother that's holding on to their child, and the children, um we know that they go through therapy and things because now there's no father that's coming in to help out and be a support system. So to me, that single parent syndrome, no matter what people think, nobody wants to be there. It's a lot. It's hard for them. And so it's not that I'm saying, oh, you're a slut, you're a hoe. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, because that's the kind of shit I could be saying on a damn podcast that would make no goddamn sense. I'm not going to talk to mean people. All I'm saying is that being a single parent is hard enough. And being there by yourself and nobody coming in, not just for the child support side of it, but there's a difference between a father and a daddy. Like there's a difference between a mother and a mommy. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point in saying that. I'll let Miss Bookworm talk on her terms.
Well, my kids are in the dating age now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, but we're here. No, really, personally, this is my personal opinion. Um, I think that parents or caregivers or whatever the case may be, they teach their offsprings, their children, and who they're raising, they're teaching them from their own learned experiences.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter the culture, it doesn't matter. You take myself, for instance. I was raised in a two-parent home, but when I became a tween, my father became a single parent. Now he had to get help from my European grandmother to raise us. So not only have I there was age discrepancies, there were so now I had two generations raising me. I had two different cultures raising me. My dad was black as the ace of spades, and my grandmother was white as the driven snow. We have two different cultures. We have two different where we were raised. My grandmother was raised in Europe. My daddy was raised right here in the United States, in New Jersey, Vietnam vet. So there's all those scenarios that come into play when you're raising your own children. Then were my parents teenage parents? Were they did they have, me out of wedlock or whatever the case may be? One thing that I do find cross culture, cross ethnicities, cross the ponds. I don't care your middle class, upper class, lower class poverty. It does not matter. Society tends to teach our sons to date. Dating is a good thing. date, date, date. Oh, you're a big person, or you're a big man, and it's a good thing to date. Okay, so we have a tendency to teach our sons to date. However, when it comes down to our daughters, point blank period, we police them. We have been policing daughters for generations, and we going to call a thing a thing. I'll double down on it before I take it back. We police girls. We police daughters because don't bring home no babies. Who's telling the son, don't go out there just picking anybody that'll lay it low and spread it wide with you? We're not teaching our sons that. Go on out there, do that. We're putting our girls on birth control prior to us handing our sons condoms.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. It's happened to me. It's a personal experience. I've been on birth control long before I was even having sex, because my grandmother was scared that I will go out here and get pregnant. Why? Because now she's a grandparent getting ready that was the big deal back then. It wasn't venereal diseases. Come on. People are going to fuck. We're not getting around that. Same sex, heterosex, cats, shit, everybody's fucking. But the point
Those
is,
damn
that's
cats.
what we go, you know? So it just doesn't matter. So with that said, we have a tendency to police our daughters. We have a tendency to label. Girls are labeled fast, little huzzy, out there whoring. We don't give those same labels to the boys, to the young men. We just don't. It they stick their chest out if it's a honor or it's a big deal. So I am being very, very, because since I have the same, I'm being very careful to teach across the board. My husband has a little problem with that. He's a part of society where, you know, the boys are the boys and the girls you gotta watch. Yeah, he would police her. But that's just comes with society. That's learned behavior for him. His daddy probably he policed hi- his sister, and it was okay for you to go out and do. So I really try to be fair. um my daughter is of dating age and everything. And it's the type where now they go over each other's houses and they hang out and they Netflix and chill. Well, you could come here and Netflix and chill, because I'm gonna be in the kitchen chilling while you in the next room right over there, and I can see you chilling. And you know how my house is set up, so all eyes on you. And that's just how we are. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Girls know they are being policed,
Mhm.
and boys know they are not. So teaching the whole dating scene to me is I didn't hear her all the way out, but I probably would disagree. Cross culture is the same. Like I said, in Asia and in a lot of those continents and things over there, there are a lot of countries that still do arranged marriages. There
Mm-hmm.
are women that are still being circumcised in different
Yep.
countries.
Yep.
Um, the 19th Amendment. I mean, come on, we couldn't vote. My husband upstairs as a black man was allowed to vote could before I could be. So I try very hard to try to break those generational, cross-cultural, societal, socio-economical. It's just women are policed, and we aren't taught to date. We are taught to Be the
That's a fact.
perfect wife. Be the perfect mom. Take care of the house. Do this. Look pretty. Not a hair out of place. Put the apron on. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
just where it just needs to be an additional conversation on how to start teaching our sons to not be red flags that our daughters have to look out for. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Let's change the narrative and let's start teaching our daughters instead of policing them, and let's teach our sons how to be a little bit more in control of themselves, and things of that nature, where it starts the abuse and all of that. There's a lot more to be teaching than just how to date and how to court,
Mhm.
because times have changed and people
mm-hmm.
aren't courting and people aren't asking for your hand in marriage the uh from your parents and your caregivers, and men aren't coming to ask. I did and sidebar, I did see a little snip of this lady bring this woman on her ring camera asking her sons who they were bringing home, two girls, and the mom was over the ring camera, was like, y'all, what are you doing? And the girls had the nerve to get the attitude with the mamas, like, I can speak for myself, my name is. This is why we have to stop policing our daughters, because they become little ignorant girls who tend to get ignorant with other women, because they feel on the defense all the time, because we're always used to being policed. If Let's give our girls a chance before we start calling them out, and give them the same fair chances, and let's start teaching these men how to be real men and not be a bunch of red
Yeah.
flags. Let's get a little bit fairness out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think both of you guys made really good points. Weekday, to your point about not everybody should have a microphone, probably including myself, because I don't never get no statistics or no, I'll never give nobody no credit. But I do think that she probably should have some statistics behind some of the things that she said. Um, but I do think that it's a good conversation to have, because even just the dialogue that we had here, right? We were able to think about, to Miss Bookworm's point, we do teach our daughters differently than we teach our sons.
Yes.
And as a person that had a brother and me,
Ticks me
just
off.
just seeing the difference in how we were raised, down to he could catch a bus and I couldn't catch no bus nowhere. I mean, just everything down to how we do our children. And I can't say what they do in the white community because I'm not part of the white community. Of course, I've had white friends in high school and things, and there were certain things that they were able to do that my mama was like, hell no. I don't know if that was a white thing, a black thing, or just, nah, you ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's across the board, that that's how they all roll. I know I can speak for the black community that the experiences that both of you had are very similar to the experiences I've had. And I do think that it is important, as we start working on breaking these generational curses, that we start also thinking about how we view dating, how we view courtship, and not putting so much emphasis. Listen, like Miss Bookworm said, everybody fucking down to these cats in my backyard, okay? That is an important part of dating, and it has to be talked about. To Weekday's point, we can't be talking about the birds and the bees and the stork and all of that shit, because then your kid gonna end up pregnant and they're gonna be trying to figure out how, because you done told them some lies.
Yeah.
So you
And they
got to be
wondering why
honest, you
they
got to be
birds ain't
upfront.
fluttering and they bees ain't
Right.
stinging.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you got to be honest. And for what I've heard from my daughters, because I straight up asked them what they teaching you in school, they ain't teaching you nothing. So it's up to the parents to teach these things. There's so many children out here that don't even know how to put a condom on, and they out here having sex raw dogging, like straight up. And you worried about being pregnant, but ain't nobody talking about no diseases that you can get from these extracurricular activities. So yes,
Nope.
sex and all of that is a part of dating and needs to be discussed. But I think that we as a community have had so much emphasis on that and not as much emphasis on dating. We, as you have said, Ms. Bookworm, we are taught as women, as young girls, this is what you do, this is how you behave. You are trying to find you a man to marry. It's all about marriage. And when you're not wanting marriage, or you're not wanting some family, or you might want marriage and you don't want the kids, whatever, you're looked at like, oh no, that's not what we do. We get married, we
Don't,
have children,
don't. Mhm.
we take care of home, we cook, we clean. What do you mean, you want your husband to clean the house and be a stay-at-home dad? Like, what are you talking about? You want a career? So, I think that we do have to change how we teach our children. And I will say that from the few experiences I've had with the white community, a lot of them are teaching their daughters the same thing. It's the same thing on both sides of the field. So,
Mhm.
that's what I mean. Like what Weekday says about the statistics, I have to agree with her, because it's like, I mean, women, men, it's all the same. We're teaching the boys that it is okay to be out here doing whatever it
Yeah.
is you want to do, and
The
the
boys
girls are
can
being,
do. Yeah, it's do. The boys are you could do, you could do, you could do, and the girls are you can't do, you can't do, you can't do.
and
No, no,
even
no,
in
no,
the
no, no, no.
right, even in the other like cultures, like that we were talking about, the Asian cultures and things where they're still
Mhm.
doing arranged marriages and stuff. When you think about it, it's still the same concept. Boys do
Yeah,
whatever they want. Girls, you
yes.
have this set of rules that you must abide by. And I think that as we continue, as this new generation is breaking these generational curses, we have to start thinking about and looking at dating differently. Do we need to get back into teaching our young men about courtship and our young women about courtship? Absolutely. You know, like, I've had my daughters, their little friends to come over. They don't knock on the door. They text, "I'm here." They go to the door and open the door. Like, what kind of shit is this? What are we doing? Like, but they're afraid to knock on doors. They're not taught that it's
Shit.
okay when you're coming over to see a friend, knock on a door. They'll let you in. They're afraid of parents. They're afraid of that interaction. And as you're teaching young kids how to date, all of that's important, because even as you get
But
an
the
adult,
problem is, this is the
hmm,
problem. Nobody's communicating, and
no,
communication is going down out the window. I spend most of the time people like, oh, you didn't text me. Well, I'm not going to. Let me tell you something. People can't stand me because I'm old fashioned. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna come by your house and we're gonna sit and talk. We
hmm,
are not spending my time texting and not indulging in conversation because I don't even know. Motherfuckers, can you speak? I don't even know. I mean,
and half of them
this
can't
weekend
spell, so it's like,
I asked somebody something because I was somewhere and they were reading something, and I texted the other person and said, "Is this motherfucker hooked on phonics? Are we even talking?" Because he could barely hold the full sentence. Like, this is unacceptable. No, seriously, it's
but you're
unacceptable.
right.
But it's okay
Yep.
if they're sending little acronyms and little short messaging, and you think they're the bomb diggity. That's the thing that we now need to talk to our children, not just about the dating and the courting, but we need to talk to them about communication. How do you open your mouth? How do you
Yes.
communicate? I'm gonna tell you statistically, like I talked about that whack job talking about what she don't know. Statistically, they were saying how most young people don't know how to interview anymore
Nope,
because
they
they
do
are
not.
texting and they're spending their time and they don't know how to work in professional environments because they don't know how to communicate. So we need to
Mhm.
first go to the basics. Unfortunately, we have so many single mothers. The question is, can they really raise single sons? I mean, young men. We got
I
to ask that
think
question
so.
too.
I think
I don't
so.
know. I've heard some wackadoodles say some crazy stuff like, "Oh, my son gets some girl pregnant, she on her own." Okay, this is a problem. We are losing the plot here, people. We are talking and saying, "Well, it's my child, and if my child do this, then they shouldn't accept all the things that go with what we're just talking about right now." How do we set them up for success? And we got to set them up for a bigger success. Then let's not just start talking about dating. Let's talk about how do you handle yourself in a professional environment. How do you handle yourself anymore now? The question is, how do you handle yourself? Like when we talked about, like I told you, my grandmother talked about courting. So I don't care what people are talking about. I don't know what y'all talking about. We were told that how courting was done for her. And I mean, she passed away in 93. So I'm just saying, do we even know how to deal with our elders anymore? I mean, like you're saying, to the point, V, these kids, they don't come, they don't knock, ring the doorbell, and you're like, what you running to the damn door for? Oh,
Hmm.
such and such here.
Right.
Well, how the hell you know they there?
How you know they
They
there?
don't just text them. You know, you tell them motherfuckers to ring my doorbell. I need to know that you there because you could be there and
That's
five
what I
other niggas to
say.
be with you. No, seriously, we've seen home
That's exactly
invasions
what I
happen that
say.
way.
You ain't
I
lying.
I know Miss
Listen,
Bird is like laughing, but I'm saying
they
we've seen
sitting
home
in the
invasions
car
happen.
texting, "I'm
Yep,
here." What the hell is
Listen,
you doing?
I'm
they
here.
do.
What you talking about?
They do.
Listen, I even call. I even tell somebody I'm gonna get off the phone with you because I got to call my mom. I'm picking her up and she's not outside.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and pick up the phone and call her and irritate her, and she like, "Dude, you know I'm on my way. I don't give a damn. Get your ass out here. I'm calling you." Because that's what we do. And I just think that we have gotten so lax in our behavior and not um forcing those norms. Like we have gotten away from the norms. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Mhm.
I do, Miss Bookworm, you are fully right. We do get in our girls' asses more than we do in our boys
We
because
do.
We
we're
do.
always scared. We're always scared they're going to do something that we did that we felt was in the wrong direction. Okay. And I will just say this: children are God gift. There's nothing wrong because that's a God's gift. Okay. But at some point in time, you can't hold on forever. Be able to get
Nope.
them ready for the world. And so to me, this conversation really was stupid in a sense for me about what the girl was saying. Because girl, I need you to really be talking about something that's much more serious than somebody talking about courting and dating. That they barely got two
But,
nickels to rub
but,
together.
but,
I mean, I
but,
mean,
but, let me just put this but out there. We had a really good conversation because of that stupid
Huh?
conversation. So was it really that stupid?
yeah, we did. It still was stupid.
No,
But I'm
you
just
did.
saying that we
And
yeah,
it
but I'm
just
just
goes
saying,
to show how much of a patriarchal society
yeah,
we have been
yeah.
and still do live in.
And
Yeah.
we're stuck
Yeah.
in. And we're
And I don't
stuck
think
Yep.
in
that's going
that.
to
And that's what
change.
she should
It's
have been
not
talked
going to
about.
change anytime
Mm-mm.
soon.
No, it's
It's
not.
never
I
going to
I don't I
change,
don't see it changing. Mm-mm. I don't
you
see
know,
it
but
changing, and that's the sad part about it. But we gotta move back. We don't see ourselves in progression at this point. And I'm not talking about ethnicity. I'm talking about people as a whole. We are not. Even though you think you're progressing, now it's AI. What you are not progressing because this is making us lazy. And I hate to say, and people are not going to like it, the people in the US, we are getting to the point of laziness to a level that we really won't be able to compete with the people in other countries. I'm sorry, y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. When
it's
you get to
true.
the point you're doing is texting. Nobody, and Miss Burkworth said a couple episodes ago about nobody writes a letter, nobody reads
Nope.
from an
Mm-mm,
actual leaf book. Let's leaf it
mm-mm,
across. Let's move and turn the page.
mm-mm.
We need to move instead of worrying about courting. That's really what I'm trying to get to. Have your kids open the damn book. Have them do something outside of video games. Go to a museum. Do something outside of the things. We were kids. We were outside. We would have been stupid outside playing and with snowball. I ain't seen no kid throwing a snowball yet. I mean,
And you
yeah,
ain't.
this bookworm, or they would have house to house and say, "I'm going to shovel." We don't
Hmm.
see
Yep.
that. Okay, them kids are sitting in the house with a video game.
That's why her
That
son was able to make so much money because half of
that's
them was
right.
in the inside playing
That's
video
it.
Yeah,
games.
That's
playing
it.
video games. So, and these women,
And
like
now
the
his
woman across
sister,
the
but
way,
wait, now his sister's like, I'm going with you next
yeah,
weekend.
that's right.
Uh,
Yeah,
she was like, nah, nah, I'm going next
I make
weekend.
me some coins, right?
Yup.
And so, but I'm saying, I saw the woman across the way where she got two teenage sons. She was today. I knew she ready to go back her ass in the house. She would have had a heart attack. She had got only a third of the driveway done. Not
Where
neither
were the
one
kids?
of them young men came out.
Oh hell no.
So I'm
That's a
just
her
saying that
problem. That's
that
unless
th-
they disabled, that's a her problem.
Ain't
no, but
both
I'm
of them
saying
disabled. I don't want to hear
not
that shit.
Ain't no
neither
way
one
in
of
the
them
Fuck
are
world.
no.
First of
disabled.
all, I'm not gonna be out there at all. First of all, y'all, my grandson ain't two yet. When he got a diaper change, I say go to the basket, get your diaper, get your wipes. I change him. I
Get
say here go the
everything.
dirty diaper. He go put the dirty diaper in the trash can. When he done eating, I take him down off his. I do the things I can't. I gotta do. Take him out his chair.
Yeah,
Okay, here's your plate. He go to the trash can. He scrape it. He get it plate. Put the plate in and you
Because you
gonna
see,
that's
tell me
it.
some
but
teenage
that's
boys
teaching
can't
them
go
some
out there
independence.
and
Yep.
shovel a driveway?
Girl,
That's a her
listen, my
problem. That's how she
that's why,
taught them.
and that's what I'm saying about today's young men are being taught by women. So the question is, are we really giving them all the
But I
tools
don't
they need
agree with
to?
that because I have a couple of nephews that have been raised by women, right? And they
Hmm.
have been taught certain things to do being
Hmm.
raised by these women. So I don't totally agree with that statement. There are some, yes, but not all. And I think that that's
I'm
where
not
we have
saying
to
all.
kind of yeah, I mean, but to me there's probably more that are doing better than those that are not.
You'll be
And again,
surprised.
and then both is also based on what you've learned because there's also people and women that are in a family with a husband and a significant other who is doing the same damn shit. So I
Hmm.
don't agree with that statement personally. Coming from a family with a lot of single households. Most of my family, I've been married for almost 30 years and when I tell y'all it's hard because I have no examples. Most of my family on my mama's side and my dad's side are not married. That's all I know is single households. And so, I don't necessarily agree with that statement. I think again it's based on how you were raised and what you were taught as a child growing up and what you bring to your family. Yeah, it's hard to be a single parent whether you a single mom or a single dad, right? But that's where your village comes in where you need that support for teaching a man to be a man and a woman to be a woman and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
because single parents can come by different ways.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, yeah, got
But as a
divorced, got
whole,
deaf. Yeah.
that kind of behavior that happens, that's just because you've accepted and taught that's what you've taught your children to do. And I'm sorry, that's on you. If you don't want to teach your
Yeah.
child how to shovel some snow and to help, whether it's a female or a male, how to help your mama out, that's a you problem. That ain't got nothing to do with a single household or anything like that. If anything, I feel like sometimes them boys, especially, sometimes even get it harder because it is a single
Yeah.
mom, you know?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's my take on it. I mean,
Oh, that
I,
was
and I,
good, ladies. That was good.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That was a good conversation. So I do agree with Weekday. Some of that girl's statements was whack, but I think that it did help for a great conversation tonight for our nieces and nephews and to just start thinking more about that kind of thing.
Yep.
When it comes to dating, what are you teaching your children? Are you being fair across the board? And you know, there was another statement I wanted to make, but I just my mind it just went right out of my mind, y'all. This perimenopause ain't no joke. I literally had it in my head and it's gone now. So with that being said, what's our
Yeah.
dirty laundry looking like Weekday?
All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. It's called stormy weather. All right, that's what I call it. All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. So it says, Hello, aunties. This year is starting off with some drama. I'm 49-year-old female and just got engaged to my college sweetheart. I've been married when I was 30 and got divorced 4 years into the marriage. I've been focused on raising my kids. My twin girls are turning 18 and it's time for me to get my life back. They will graduate in May and off to college. 3 years ago, I ran into my college sweetheart. He was the love of my life in college, but we were young and could not get it together. He went on with his life and also got married. He has a son 15 years old and he divorced his wife 7 years ago. Fast forward to now. He asked me to marry him on New Year's Eve. I'm so excited, but there's a problem. During the snowstorm, his son called and asked if he could come and help out with the snow. They live like 30 minutes away. He told them that he would be on his way. I was in shock. We are in the middle of a storm and he is going to drive there to help them
Oh,
with snow removal. I asked why did he need to go? His son is 15 and his ex-wife is not disabled. He said he would feel bad to leave them to handle this by themselves. He offered for me to come with him. I refused. Well, he did not come back until the next morning. He got trapped there due to the
oh
weather
shit!
conditions. I was furious when he showed up. He told me I was making a big deal out of
He hit the mute.
nothing. He said they are good friends and he does not have any interest in her. He was being supportive for his son. I do not think this will work for me. I put up with his cheating when we were younger, and my ex husband was the worst. Do you think I'm putting my old insecurities into this relationship? Hell no. Hell no. Why the fuck is he going over there? You got we just talked about this thing, right? You got a 15-year-old son that he old enough to be able to pull that snow. Him and the wife together, I'm sure they could have got that snow moved out of the way. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm 60. I'm gonna be 60 in May. I put my hustle on Sunday, baby, and removed the snow out of my driveway. It's a single car driveway, single car garage, but I got the down to the clean the front door down to the garage, the driveway, all the way to the end of the street. I don't know what kind of home they live in. She didn't go into those details. I do agree you need to bring those insecurities in. This is what I truly believe. There's nothing wrong with having co-parenting relationships, right? But that's where it should end. His son is 15. He not 5. So at some point in time, what does the ex-wife really need your help for? I mean, I just want to understand when she got 15-year-old there and she's not disabled. Even if her 15-year-old just lugged it for, a couple hours, took a rest, came back out there. Y'all both do the hustle or you don't. I was sure the certified me tell you like 5 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, when me and my mom, did I tell you my mom in her 70s now? So that was she was 70. We went out there and shoveled snow together. Um, yeah. And then you spend the night. I mean, and I'm not gonna say you couldn't have got trapped there because we know they told people stay off the highways or whatever. But if he's ended this relationship after 7 years ago, why does he feel like he can still dip back in? Because that's how I'm feeling. So yeah, girl, I would bring those insecurities, and I would just say to him, "Listen, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I cut my tie with my husband, how many years ago? We only really handle with the children, and that's it. And now my children are not children anymore. They're 18. And now I'm going to deal with it for the next 3 years. Your wife is going to be able to pick up that phone, ex-wife, and call to say there's an emergency. If her plumbing went bad, you going to run over there and help her plumbing? And y'all know what I'm talking about. So no, that's not going to be acceptable to me. I think you need to reassess this one. This is not a good. This is not a good situation. Miss Bookworm.
Girl, bye. Just Bye.
Mm-mm.
You just got out of one marriage. You're 49 years old. She's 49, right? You
Mhm.
had a cheating husband. Your daughters are 18.
Mhm.
Why? Why? And I mean, if he went over there to help with the snow, that to me, and did the son call or she called? It was the son.
I, I think the son called. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really, that's neither here nor there. But the fact that you did not come home and you're saying, "Hey, come with me," that would have softened the blow if there was a blow with me. But yeah, I don't. Uh,
Mm-mm. That was game.
Once
That
he
come with me
didn't
shit
get
is always
home,
game.
yeah. But see, I'm the type that will. I'll come with you.
Mhm.
I'll come with you. So before you ask me to come with you, don't, and you don't want me, don't ask me, because I'm the first one. Yeah, I ain't got shit else to do.
Mhm.
Come on. But going over there to help with the snow and all of that, and your son calls, that's just too much baggage. And I hate to say use the word baggage, but it is what it is. It's just a little bit too much baggage than I think you're willing to sign up for. And you don't have to sign up for that. This is your second go round, and you had a very, toxic relationship. You just came out of a toxic cheating relationship. No. Mm-mm. I mean, it was cute that y'all knew each other from college and whatever, and you guys could still remain friends. But all of that, getting married and all of that, you do have too many insecurities, but you're well within your right to have them, especially if you're just coming out of a cheating relationship. You don't have to. And I am all for not bringing you blaming someone else for what you've been through, but this is different. He didn't come home. That's enough for
Right.
me to be like, I'm
Right.
not even interested in pursuing this any further. We can be friends, we could kick it once in a while, but as far as going into a relationship, which, if you're going into a relationship, my version of that relationship is commitment. So if you're going into a committed relationship, that's just what you are expecting it to be, a committed relationship. And if he's going to jump up every time his son calls, especially for, snow removal, or like weekdays say something else, no, I don't think it's fair to you to get into a relationship that has a little bit too much triggering attributes with it. I mean, you just don't. There's plenty of men out there that you can date, and you know me. I'm the one that I'm only one and done. Now, if we make it, we make it. Good. If we don't, we don't. Okay, but that's it for me. Been there, done it. I tried it. I'm good. I'm good. I will continue to have companionship because I'm a human being who, likes companionship, but at the not to sacrifice my own insecure, and then that's triggers. And I'm too old to be worrying about. You're going on 50, lady.
Mhm.
You're too old to be waiting. I mean, just to be dealing with that kind of stuff. No. Bye, girl. Bye.
Listen. Listen to the
Mhm.
words within my heart. So, yeah, you need to go on about your business. Um, y'all tried it in college. That didn't work. Y'all tried it now. It ain't working. Make it make sense. Y'all know that's always my saying. Make it make sense. Because why is your 15-year-old calling you in the first place to come help shovel snow? In my opinion,
Yeah.
either your mama put you up to it,
Yeah.
which is a problem, or you just missed a learning opportunity, which is another problem. Because what you should have told him was to get out there and shovel the snow, and if he need help, go find one of his homeboys to come help him.
Mama
I'm
need to
not
start
coming
doing.
out my cold, out in this cold, icy snow weather to come risk my life coming across town or wherever he went to go help you shovel some snow for your mama's house. I'm not the man of the house no more. And I don't care what kind of co-parenting thing they got going on, it don't involve him taking care of that home. And if it do, then that should have been a discussion that y'all had when y'all got together. Like, okay, I still have, I still own part of
Mhm.
this house. I want to make sure I'm taking
Oh
care
well,
of
yeah,
it. Have that kind of conversation. If it ain't that kind of party, make it make sense.
yeah.
And
No,
the
you.
fact that the 15-year-old is calling him, he gonna keep calling him because that's what he
Mhm.
do.
Yep.
So whether the mama put him up to it or he put himself up to it, until somebody says these are these boundaries, I'm in this relationship, I can't be doing this now, it's going to continue to happen. So I mean, you could sit and have a conversation with him, but honestly speaking, the fact that that man got up and left your house to go do that shit, ain't,
Willingly,
ain't
without
no
a second thought.
conversation, ain't no
Mhm.
conversation to be had. And then had you stayed because the weather was so bad, which means you should have never left me in the first place. You didn't left me in this bad weather. What if I lost electricity?
Yeah.
That's why I would have
What
went.
if I had an
That's why I
issue?
would have went. Cause
And
I'm
I'm
gonna make
sitting
her
here at my
tight.
house by myself because you didn't went to their house.
Yeah,
Nah,
I would have went. I would have went with them. I,
I
but
wouldn't have
see, I'm
went
just
with
that
him.
petty.
I would have
I
I
told
would
him
have.
wouldn't
pack.
either.
I would have told
I
him
would
pack
have.
your shit and go
Yeah.
with them.
Yep. I would
Nah,
have
Literally,
I'd
carried
have had
on
to
like
go
a
with.
bantam.
I would have had to go to make her tight to throw whatever
that's
throw
that Taurus in her.
whatever.
You
Yes,
know why?
I do. I
I
swear
wouldn't have.
I would have went. Oh
Oh
yeah,
no.
honey, and then after
Let me
we
tell you.
gonna do this together. Yep,
You ain't put my
I
life
would
in
have.
jeopardy when it's a midst of a damn snowstorm. I would put your shit out on the street, and I
It
said,
would
if
have
you
been
go,
fun. Let's
everything
go
got to,
have some
everything you
fun.
got is going to go with you. For me, if you
Let's
step
have
out my
fun.
door for somebody's snow damn storm that they can't shovel and they got a 15-year-old there, let me tell you, I'm going to help you
That's
pack
why
up
I'm
all
going.
your shit, and I'm
That's
going
why
to let
I'm
you go
going.
by yourself. I no, I don't
That's
need to
why I'm
go.
going.
I need to know why the fuck you even coming to me talking about you going.
Oh
I'm gonna say,
Lord
well, what the
Jesus!
hell? What
I'm
the fuck?
going.
You going where? Oh, nigga, if
I
you walk
am.
out this door, drop them keys off at the damn counter, and let me hurry up and get a trash bag so I can pack up your shit. See,
No, I'm
that's the
going
bitch
with
I
them.
am. And let me tell you something. And
Y'all
he
are
ain't allowed to talk
hilarious.
about it. But I done threw a trash bag down of shit off down the steps off the second floor. Like, okay, here's your bag of stuff. You walk
No,
out that door, don't leave nothing behind. Mm-mm,
I'm cock
But
blocking
I mean,
everything.
for real though,
mm-mm,
like on a serious tip, this is her fiance. I get that, right?
yeah, I still
And
wouldn't.
if you're gonna be getting married, you're gonna have, this ain't just some random dude, right? So if you're gonna be trying to get married, you need to have a conversation. But if you ask the auntie, so we just gonna be honest, you need to just cut your losses. Like we tried it,
Mhm,
two times a charm or three
yeah,
times a charm, whatever they say, it ain't work out.
mm-mm,
First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Let's
Shame
just
on
yeah,
me.
just call it
that's
what it
right.
is,
I
okay?
agree. I'm gonna
Um,
leave that right there for you to say because that is the truth. Because I know he would have been like bags in hand. I would have gave the ring back and everything. Be like, sir, don't even think about darkness and don't call me. I would have blocked his phone number before he left.
because I
I'm
think
not.
for me
I'm that
too,
person. That's too
I'm one
much.
of those people that you have to understand people's love language too, right? I
Mhm,
need to know that I'm the most important thing
exactly.
in your
Hmm.
life. So when you leave me in a snowstorm to go take care of someone else that ain't bringing no money in my house, and it ain't your mama or
Nope.
your grandmama,
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Just
That's what
your
I'm
I
saying.
baby
got a
mama.
problem with that. You can't even
Yep.
go out there for your sister. I'm sorry. Unless she's
Yeah.
disabled in a wheelchair
Yeah.
and
That's right. I
is
agree.
trying to get out the door to her doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I agree.
Real talk.
I agree. Let me tell you, and
But that's just
this is
but
for
that's
me.
just me. I'm a
Now,
little,
no, that's not
you
just you.
know.
Let me tell you, I need to be number.
Listen, my
At that
husband know you
big old,
gotta prioritize me over my damn
let me say
kids.
this. At 49, at that big old age, let me say this. I need to be number one. I can't be second. I can't I can't be second in second place to all the other bullshit. So if you tell me I'm never going to be a priority, I know you're not the person for me. I need to be the main priority when you're making decisions. I know you got 15-year-old, but guess what? This is why I always tell people with children, they are going to go on and move on with their lives,
Yep.
with or without you. You can say whatever you want to. You can spend your whole life
Well,
surrounded around them. They're
if
gonna
he
move
keeps
on.
doing shit like that, they're not gonna move on without him, because they're gonna be calling them from wherever they done moved to every 5 minutes. Dad, how do I do this?
It becomes a
Dad, how do I
problem. You
do
have
that?
to nip that.
Because
You have to nip that and nip it quick. Nip it
yep,
quick.
He ain't
totally
gonna call him
agree.
when he
You
hooking
gonna
up with his
stay
girlfriend or
around?
whatever. That's my point. Whenever he hooking up with some woman, he ain't gonna be calling daddy and saying, "Daddy, what do I do?" That's my point in saying that you're the dad. You're in a relationship. You ain't gonna answer his call if you in the mix of the mix. You're not gonna
Hmm.
answer his call. You're gonna come back and look at it and say, "Okay, I'll get back to him later until I get finished." That's
Or
my
to our
point when I
point,
say that.
right? To what we were just talking about in courting, right? You coming and doing that is showing your son that this
That's
is
right.
how you treat
Exactly.
your
That's right.
significant
Right,
other. So I mean,
right.
like I said, he missed a really big
He missed
teaching
the
point.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I I hope we answered your question. I hope we weren't
I don't care.
too
I want to be
too
harsh,
aggressive.
harsh.
I
Yeah.
won't trying to be aggressive,
Remember
but
that.
we just wanted to be honest. So I hope that answered your question. If you have a question for the three aunties, feel free to DM us or send us an email at threeauntiesandamike@gmail.com. We are on all media platforms as Three Aunties and a Mic. The three is spelled out THREE. Listen, y'all, I done got so daggone this perimenopause. Let me tell y'all, it is 15 degrees outside, and y'all see I didn't came up out this hoodie, and I promise y'all my heat on like 68. Okay, it's time to go. I need to get these headphones off my ears because I'm hot. God damn it. Okay,
I get it,
I ain't
girl.
got no
I
bra
get
on. I keep moving the camera just to make sure y'all don't see all my shit hanging low.
Wait, I
It
got
ain't
it so you
easy
can't
out
even see
here.
my fan. Look, I was doing the whole camera like this. I said, I don't want them to see my fan in the back. Right on,
Listen, y'all.
look, right on my head. Look at the little white fan. I got the old white fan.
Listen, it ain't easy being us, okay? We might not look like aunties, but listen, we show up in here
I,
acting like some
I
damn
feel like
auntie.
it. That's the truth.
You with your fan, me coming out my hoodie, weekday over here, right in the HOA.
Yeah, girl.
We are
Still
aunties for
looking at you.
show, okay? But thank y'all, our loyal listeners, for always tuning in. For those that are new, don't be a stranger. Like us on all social media platforms, on your favorite streaming platform, and on YouTube, and so that you don't miss a single episode of our shenanigans. As always, ladies, thank you. I love our conversations. Until next time, peace and love.
We love you, nieces and nephews.
Smooching.